I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to come on here today and share my experience with my first time going to the Brimfield flea market. And there goes Tigre. If you see the door open and close, I know people have commented in past videos, you know, your door opened, and I'm like, yes, I know. I have a cat. You can't see him because he's down there. Anyways, hi. So I wanted to get the pamphlet to show you. So I have wanted to go to the Brimfield flea market. I think since I was in high school was the first time I heard about it. And also, I'm sorry, I have the air conditioner on. If you hear a humming, there's nothing I can do. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting here just sweating, which I was yesterday. So I wanted to go to this flea market forever. And I have had so many people say to me, oh, I'll go with you, I'll take you. Plans never happened. So this time I was like, I'm going myself. I am going to figure out how to get there. I am going to figure out where to park. I'm going to figure everything out. So I did watch a few videos of people that have gone recently and kind of got a little bit of an idea about it. And I also talked to the owner of where I have my antique booth and got a little bit of an idea. So all that told, I packed my water, I packed my snacks, I had everything I could think of, except for quarters, which thankfully I didn't need a toll, but I took the ride, which was a little bit long, not too long, and I arrived in Brimfield. And I'm going to share my experience, but I'm not going to give you like one of those technical blow-by-blow things like some people that are really good with information like that and they just lay out everything. I'm just going to give you my overall experience. And also I'm going to let you know I took a few videos of being there and it's pretty so don't expect like this to be like my Brimfield vlog. I would love to be able to be that person, that YouTuber who just shows up at places and has all this confidence to just talk to people and be like having the camera on themselves and be like, oh, now we're going down here, now we're doing this, look at that. Forget it. I am such an introvert. It's like all I can do is just function. When I'm out, I'm just like trying to tunnel vision. I'm trying to be aware of my surroundings, but I am like just trying to do my best to navigate time and really just enjoy my experience. You know, like we used to do before cell phones. And we had to document our every move, which I understand because I love watching people's vlogs when they share this stuff. I'm just not very gifted at that. So I'm going to kind of show you the little bit and I'll put those clips in. Don't expect much. I went to a few fabulous places, but I didn't do all that much videoing. But I am morning. I'm very excited. I'm going my first time to Brimfield. Yes. I've wanted to go there for years and years and years and years, and today is the day, and I'm going, and I'm taking myself, and I'm going to have a great time, and I thought I'd bring you with me, and let's go. But I am going to share with you the little haul of the beautiful things that I got. Here is kind of an, if you can see that, an aerial view. There are thousands of dealers. And I'm not experienced enough yet to know if I started out up here or if I started out down here. I might have started out down here, but I'm not exactly sure. Like, it's only my first time, so I'm not the one to get all the expertise, but there's just thousands and thousands of dealers. And when I was there for all told, it was less than 3 hours. I'd say like maybe 2.5 hours. I was there and I thought that I had traversed like at least a third of the way. It turned out I had gone on two sides of the road but the majority of one side, I was kind of doing concentric circles, it seems like, because when I finally asked, hey, do you know where the, wherever I parked, the church parking lot, do you know where the big white church is? And she kind of pointed, she's like, it's right, like behind where she was. And I was like, oh, that's convenient, because that's kind of where I started out. And it worked out good that way for me, because there's no way you can take that all in one day. I mean, you'd have to be like booking it and just walking. But I wanted to just kind of take my time. I wasn't looking to see everything. I was just looking to just get a little sense of what it's like. But I will tell you, I'm already planning my next trip there. God willing and the creek don't rise, like they say down south. I am very much excited to go back, and now I actually connected with 3 dealers, and I definitely want to go back and see them again. The places that I got some of the finds that I have here, and I will show them in just a second, they don't have websites and they don't have web shops, so I guess they just kind of travel the circuit and do different shows. Like, I don't know, I wasn't interviewing them per se. I kind of asked like a little small talk, but some of them didn't even have cards, and some of them that did have cards, it kind of just gave their email. Like, they don't sell unless they're at different shows. So I can't really leave you like websites or anything. The only thing I can do is say, if you have the opportunity to go, I would definitely do it. So I'm gonna show you the things that I got, and I'm so happy and thankful that everything that I found was exactly my style, and I just absolutely love it and can't wait to wear and use some of the things. So the first place I went to, I didn't buy anything, because I think the lady was fantasy pricing. She had no prices on anything, which a lot of the dealers were kind of like that, and you have to ask them. I'm not a big haggler at all. Like, I'll ask how much it is, and then if I'm going to get a few things, I hope that they'll give me a good price. And the experience I had is they definitely did. But this lady, for sure, because I knew what I was asking the prices on, and I knew what it would go for, and I think she was maybe fantasy tourist pricing things, because I was like, yeah, okay, it's not going to happen. So I didn't buy anything for her. In the place that I actually did my first sale, I got these fabrics, and I love them. The thing is, they are definitely going to have to be washed. They definitely are musty, whereas you can smell that they have been in maybe storage. I mean, who knows where people get stuff from. But yeah, I love them anyway. This one looked like it was formerly, I don't know if it was a sheet, because it's kind of like, almost looks like a big bag, but the bottom of it, and it has a few seams, and the bottom of it is kind of like really ripped. So I don't know, but it looks very vintage, and it is super, super soft. So I definitely got a pretty good piece of that, you know, this 2-sided. And then I got this beautiful seersucker that I think has got at least 2, maybe 3 yards. And that is definitely also vintage, and I love that. The seersucker fabric, if you even find it nowadays, I find that it's so polyestery and it's kind of gross, but this is just a really soft cotton with that beautiful texture. And the last one I got is a vintage Peter Rabbit from, let's see, where does it say it? 1988. So I was thrilled to get that. And I'm definitely gonna sew that up into something really cute. Hopefully I have enough for a couple of tops. So those ended up being $5 each, which was super good. And the next place that I went to, oh my gosh, I definitely took my time at this place, because it was actually an adjoining tent, and so I had left the tent on one side, and then I kind of went around, and then I was in the back of the tent on the other side. It was another dealer. I don't know if they were there together or if that's just how they set it up, but this place had a ton of just tables and tables and tables of vintage trims. And I later found out that this couple, they actually source stuff from all over the country, from like fabric mills and different places that used to sell like fabrics and trims and ribbons and all kinds of doodads, and then they buy it all up. So it's kind of good to know about them, because now I'm going to go back, you know, the next time and definitely buy more. Now it's like I could have bought more, but again, I'm still trying to be really, really good with not just hoarding stuff, even if it's like a really good price or whatever. I mean, I've been doing a lot of sewing lately, and it's kind of funny, but I am starting to dwindle a little bit in the amount of things that I'm using. I am using a lot of fabrics and a lot of lace, and I've got very few buttons because I've been using a lot of them on multiple projects. So anyway, to find these trims, I was thrilled. This is the first one, and you can see that there was like 144 yards on this, and it's absolutely like brand new. And we're gonna unwrap it. I'm so excited. And it is this beautiful, ooh, I got a pin. It's this beautiful pastel-y cotton trim. I'm gonna probably have this for the rest of my life. I'll be using this on everything. This will now be my signature trim. No. So I was thrilled to get that, and that whole thing was $10, which is such an amazing buy. So I was thrilled with that. The next one, and I chose these so carefully, like I took my time just looking at every single one, and I tried to find something like nothing that I have. This one is 288 yards, and it's this beautiful ribbon trim. Oh my gosh, if you can see that. So, so, so pretty. So again, that's going to be like on everything. I can imagine so many corset tops being laced up with this. And just as long as I keep the colors of the fabrics in the similar color family, this will just be like, yeah, like my signature corset lacing. That would be so amazing. And you can use it for like straps and so many different things. Oh my God, this was 5 yards. This was $5. It's actually 25 yards of this trim. If you can see, it's like a fringe, but it's this kind of scalloped, like the fringe is kind of caught up in. I'm not going to open this because I just want to kind of keep it nice until I go to use it. But yeah, that's going to be gorgeous. You can see at the top. Yeah, there you can see it. So I love that. This lace, this was also $5. And it is so soft. Or, you know, like a lot of lace nowadays is really crunchy and gross. Like I know even at Joann's, I hadn't bought lace trim for years. This is so super pretty. If they had had more of this one, I definitely would have bought more. But there's quite a few yards there, so I should be able to get a few projects out of that. So I love that. And this one, has a very 80s look to it. I know my mom had something like this when I was growing up. So that's that fagoting trim that you can lace like a ribbon through. So pretty. You can use that on a lot of different things. And this one, oh my gosh, I love this. This looks very 18th century to me. And I absolutely love it. Again, I wish there was more of this, but as far as I could see, there was only one, because I searched. And I'm sure that they had a lot more. I had been there, let's see, I was there Friday, and the whole flea market had started on Tuesday, which I think the first day is mostly like dealers that come in to buy stuff. Probably people like that are in the trade that buy and sell stuff. Now I have a little booth, but I don't know that I'm necessarily ready to go on that day. Maybe one day I'll go. But I'm just fine to just like wander and see what I can find. Like I'm not there in any kind of panic at all. By the way, do you like my little house coat that I thrifted recently? It's so cute. I love it. Yeah, so I'm not looking for anything like in particular. So I'm just kind of glad. I don't know. I like estate sales, and I like flea markets when they're almost kind of picked over. Like I know that's kind of weird, but I like to kind of like weed through all the little scraps that they have left and see if there's anything good. And I'm going to tell you, I think it kind of benefited me to go there later in the week because I was getting really good prices on things. And I think at that point, the dealers are kind of like over it. I don't blame them because I've done shows that are just one day. And by the time it's like a couple of hours before closing, I'm like, I'm done. That's way too much for me. Way too much being extroverted for the day because that's a lot of talking. Even to people that really just want to talk. They have no desire to buy anything. That's a lot. That's a lot for me to do in a day. Okay, so the next thing that I got was at a booth. A very eccentric person sold this to me. I couldn't tell if they were happy, if they were angry, I couldn't tell. I just kind of made the best of it and kind of dealt with the banter as best I could, and then I kind of hightailed it out of there after. I couldn't tell if they were upset that I bought it, and then they were telling me they have all this stuff, but they're not available to buy from, and I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I just kind of made the best of it, but it was worth it for this. Now, this does have like a couple of little paint spots on it, which I'm sure the original owner, that's probably why they got rid of it. But I absolutely love it, and I don't care. I can work around those paint spots, and I can make this something, or several things. I can make it like maybe several things and kind of cut it up and put it on different pieces, but it is so pretty and pastel-y, and I think that's Napoleon and Josephine there. And I just thought it was gorgeous. And so I definitely love that. That was a beautiful find. And the next place, let's see, I'm going to save the next place I went to for last because she was super, super sweet, but it's actually like my most favorite thing that I got for the entire day. So the next to the last, actually the last place I made a purchase, I'll do next. So this lady, oh my gosh, she had not a very big booth, but everything she had there, I literally wanted. Like everything. From the little scrappy bits that she had, you know, for just like $1, just, you know, they were kind of torn or stained or whatever, to the most expensive historical pieces of antique clothing. Like I wanted the pink girdle she had. Oh my gosh, I wanted that so bad. Not in my budget. If I paid that much for it, I'd have to wear it outside on my clothes just to show everybody to get the price worth. But everything she had in there, I wanted. So we were definitely like-minded, and she said she's in that same area every single time they have this. So I'm probably gonna go to her first next time, so I have more money. And she gave me such an amazing deal on everything, so I'm so thankful for that. So yeah, so the first thing that I got from her was, now don't scoff, I know these are patterns and I don't care, I'm very happy that I got them. These are old, they are roughed up, and I have no idea if they're even complete. I think one of them may be complete. But this I just got because, here, I'll take it out. It's so cute. Look at that. A little pattern for the little costumes. It just was so cute. And I just love having that. I love the little gold wings that she has with her costume. So yeah, that is one that I got. And these were just like $1 each. This one, now you know my obsession with the princess dresses, and I am about to start one, so get excited. This right here, oh my gosh. Now this is just a little bit small for me, but I still think I can make it work. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a Vogue pattern, and Belleville Sassoon, which I like a lot of her patterns. And I think, I haven't really taken this out yet, but I think this looks like it might not have been taken apart and used. So hopefully I'm able to make this up. That would be nice. And that was one that I got. And then this one, it's just in tatters, but I am gonna put this into, I think I'm gonna put this cover just into a frame because it's so pretty. Look at that. I could never imagine being that glamorous. Wow. Yeah, that's the line drawing on the back. So pretty. So it looks like it's Vogue 693. Yeah, I have no idea if this is, you know what? This might not have been used. Oh wow. Usually if a pattern comes out all at one piece, it hasn't been cut up. Ooh, there's something inside. Well, that's interesting. Just a piece from a magazine. I guess that was something that they liked, the original owner. But usually, I have to take this out later and check. But usually if a pattern comes out like all in one piece, it's still factory folded. Like the little marks on it, and you really have to know what you're doing. Like there's no printing on the, oh, I've never used one of those. I can't imagine. They scare me. I wouldn't even know what I was doing. Oh wait, there's more inside. Oh, that's pretty. I love that. I didn't even know this was inside. And then the back one. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's got the directions that are printed, but it's not at all, the tissue's not printed anyway. That could be an adventure someday. I did stop at a place. I had originally gotten 3 of these, and then I gave one to a friend, and I have another one for another friend if she wants it, and then one for me. Of course, you can see these are old chair spindles. The guy had tons of them, all different styles, and he was very pleased that I guess he had stripped them all and then just put like a, I think he said like a mineral oil finish on them. So I mean, I just thought they were so pretty. They were literally 3 for $5. Like, I could never even find a thrifted chair for that much. So I just liked them. That was probably the one frivolous thing that I got. So the next is going to be from that same lady with the patterns. I just got a whole bunch of little bits that I could not resist. First off, she had a ton, like a whole basket full of different size needle points that were finished. And I think it goes this way. And this is gonna be a gorgeous bag. Like, probably as soon as I can, I'm gonna make that into a bag and put it in my booth. And that, I think, was $6.50. Of course, she gave me an amazing deal on all of this collectively. This was in her basket of like little dollar bits. And I'll use that for something. This is a beautiful piece that, yes, it needs to be washed, hopefully take the stains out, the little holes, but I think I can definitely do something with this. It's just so, so beautiful and delicate. So, so pretty. And this little piece, I love that. And then I'm planning on doing a whole bunch of just little bears, just with, I'm gonna make like little flower crowns for them and dress them in antique clothing and You know, all these have to be soaked and stuff, but I don't mind that they look old because that's kind of the look that I wanted. Look at this little bib. That work on the edges. So beautiful. Imagine going through all that work just to know that the baby's just going to spit their food or spit up on it. I mean, that's love. This one, which is like a little, the sweetest little cape, which would have been meant originally for a baby, but it's going to be so pretty on a little bear. And then this little one. And then this little one. Oh my gosh, I just love these so much. So pretty. So I got all those little bits. And usually if it's stuff like that that is stained and discolored, I kind of slipped down on my chair here. I kind of do like a clear plastic bin and then a scoop of OxyClean, and it's usually like a bin, like one of those kind of medium-sized bins, and then I put hot water in there, and then once the OxyClean is all dissolved, I'll put the items in there, and not when it's scalding hot, but when it kind of cools down a little bit and the OxyClean is all dissolved, and then I'll put them in there and just kind of let it sit. And sometimes it's like a day, sometimes it's 2 days. I'll change out the water, put new water, and that has taken out like a ton of stains in my time, like of lace trims and stuff. Sometimes I like the look when it's all kind of has that tea-dyed look, like when it's just aged like completely. I'll just leave it because I think that's really pretty. But if there's things that are like stains, you know, especially from like baby clothes, it's probably like spit up or whatever, or food, I'll try to do that. And it's amazing that it can get out a lot of stains. These are the last two things that I got. Like, this is one of the first things I saw that she had, and I was not leaving without it. So it is this beautiful vintage bed jacket. If I could tell you, this feels as soft as like a newborn baby's skin. It is so soft, and it has that just tiny little bit of quilting in it. I don't know what the fabric content is, but honestly, it feels like the softest silk ever. It's beautiful. It's got a little bit of dirt on it, and I don't even mind it. And I don't even care if that doesn't come out because I'm still wearing it. But, and I didn't try it on at the time. I was just like, I'm getting that. That's end of subject. It's coming home with me, even if I have to hang it up. Because the pale pink was perfect. The quilting was perfect. The buttons. I just loved everything. The little bit of piping around the neck. I was just like, I love it. And then I brought it home and I tried it on, and it perfectly fits. So I'm so excited. I love it so much. And then I have to back up for this one. Those of you who love old clothing, you are not ready for this. This is taffeta, and it is a vintage petticoat. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I'm holding it up here. Look at that. So beautiful. And it almost just fits. Almost just. Which is not a problem, because I have worn many things that you just don't fasten it up all the way. Just fasten it enough that it stays, and then you would just wear a longer top over it and you're good. But yep, I think that I am going to wear this a lot. Especially I'm envisioning like with my boots. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So to see taffeta like that, that was not even It wasn't shattered at all. It's in such good condition. I don't know how old this is. I'm assuming it's probably from like the 50s. Probably went under some fancy schmancy gown. I can't imagine that. I mean, it might be older. I actually should have asked her. The entire thing looks like it's been finished. Can you see that? By hand. And then the little thing to hang it. It's so beautiful. That amazing attention to detail. And then the entire waistband has been put on with little tiny stitches. I don't know if you can see that. And it has a metal zipper. So yeah, whoever made this for whatever situation or occasion, yeah, even on the inside of where the ruffle joined, look at that. You know, any of you who sew, that is an amazing attention to detail to finish that whole entire edge. So yeah, someone had done some beautiful work on this, and I'm amazed that it's been so well preserved. So I love that, very thrilled. And now the drum roll of my most favorite thing. Not that I wasn't thankful for the trims, and I'm thankful for everything that I found. And I just have to say, I love this. Look at that. And it has an entire train in the back. Like that part is the train. So this has to be from, I would imagine, like turn of the century. And if you can just see all the work on that with the lace and the edging here, it is amazing. Just amazing. There's no rips that I can see. And this is amazing. Look how full that is. That definitely had some kind of hoop under it. And I don't know, as much as I love historic clothing, I am not at all like an expert. Like I love some of these YouTubers, they do like historical costumes, recreations, cosplay, all that, and they give you like this massive rundowns on all these facts, you know, of what the era and what they did and how it was made and da 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 da. I'm just like, it's pretty. That's all I know. But it doesn't matter because I still appreciate it for all the workmanship in it, and it is so amazing. And I'm thinking, like, you probably think like, well, how are you going to wear that? Like, you can't go out with, you know, a skirt with a train on it and, you know, go get groceries or go whatever. Well, I have done this in the past because I've actually made skirts that have trains on them. And I just make it so that there's a way to kind of hike up, you know, like they do that on wedding dresses. Like for the reception, they make like a little button or a couple of snaps, and then you can just kind of like hoist it up. Usually I do like a little bustle type part on the top of the skirt, and then you can kind of hook the train of the skirt under that so that you can totally just go around and the train doesn't run on the ground or anything. So I'm thinking I might do something like that with this, and then I'm able to totally wear it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely. Oh gosh, I love it so much. So I'm gonna give that a nice little soak and just start enjoying it, because to me, life is too short. I know everybody has their own tastes and their own style, and I think that's cool. But for me, I don't want to have stuff for a museum. If something is too fragile and it's actually falling apart and the garment is compromised, then yeah, I won't, you know, go and wear it. I don't want it to fall apart. But, you know, for things like this that have clearly stood the test of time, and, you know, a lot of things like this were made better than things today are made on machines. So there is something to be said for all the amazing handwork that people used to do before there was television and internet. Just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, that is my, I think that's everything. That is my Brimfield haul, my first trip to Brimfield, which I can never say that again because now I've gone, and it'll be just subsequent trips there. And one day, my next goal is to go to Round Top in Texas, because how can you even believe that I used to live in Texas? And I've never been. It's so dumb. So now that's going to be my next goal. So we will see what the Lord has planned. And in the meantime, I have to show you this. By the way, do you love the lovely handiwork that my cat has done to all my chairs? Very nice. I love him. But this is a little house coat. You know, I have that fascination with house coats. And I would, if I was going out, I'd probably belt this. Maybe I wouldn't. But I love it. I thought it was so cute. So thanks so much for tuning in. I have been working on so much stuff for my shop. Like I've been, you know, anywhere from 8 to a few days I've done like 12 and 14 hours of just sewing nonstop. And I'm always working on umpteen projects. Right now I have a dress, a skirt, a top, and a jacket that I am completing, just working on each one. I've got another dress to finish. I will show you, can you see this right here? This is a vest that I did. This is so cute. This is, you know, from an old dish towel calendar, and I just cut off the calendar part. This is a vintage quilt piece that I stitched on, and then there's a lot of vintage and antique buttons that I sewed on with some vintage eyelet. This was from a quilt, and yeah, super cute. It's not very even on the hanger, but it is even in real life. So that's a very cute piece, and I'm going to put that in my booth if I don't fall over the chair. And this is another skirt that I've worked on. And these are all thrifted sheets. I think this one was a Laura Ashley, and then this one was a Ralph Lauren. So, and this is a really old piece. So yeah, I have a bunch of skirts like this there. And I think that's it. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sharing my first time at Brimfield, even if I didn't do a lot of vlogging. I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. I love you, and I hope to be doing more sewing content. Is all I can do is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to make a whole bunch of stock so I don't have to sew every single day. But for now, I'm not complaining because I really want to get a lot of stuff in there. And I also need to stock my online shop because I haven't put anything in my Etsy for a long time, and I need to do that. So anyway, I love you. Thanks so much for watching. I felt like I was like little in this vlog the whole time. So sorry about that. Have a great day. I love you. Take care. Stay abundantly inspired. Bye.